Yes guys, this is boy Cam, CTB, Cam Talks Boxing, back with another video. Canelo Alvarez v Jermall Charlo, September. A fight that's been long overdue. Could it finally really be happening? Let's talk about it. Yes guys, let's go straight into it. So Saul Canelo Alvarez could reportedly be defending his undisputed super middleweight titles against Jermall Charlo. We know Canelo, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. A lot of the pound for pound rankings have him top 5 at the moment. For me, I just think it's harsh. After one loss against Bivol, I guess he's slowing down a bit, so that's why people have put him down a bit. But he's one of the best fighters in the world, and we know the fight that we want. We want Benavidez and Canelo. We want Canelo Benavidez. But we saw him against John Ryder. He went in the full 12 rounds. He didn't have that killer instinct. He still was quite dominant, but John Ryder was having some good rounds. He was winning some rounds. And Canelo got tired again. And look, there was a lot of talk about him facing Dimitri Bivol in a rematch. He was adamant he wanted that rematch. There was talks about him fighting, going up to cruiserweight at catchweight, I believe, and fighting Badou Jack. But this is actually kind of an interesting matchup. Jermall Charlo, 32-0, two-weight world champion, never been knocked out. He's fast, he's a power puncher, he's got a great offensive style, he's got good defense, he can get hit at times, but Jermall Charlo, he's got a lovely left hook and a lovely right hand, and he's got a nice jab when he uses it. He's got a powerful jab, and I've seen him drop opponents with that jab. So yeah, in terms of styles, it's a great matchup. But as we know, Jermall Charlo has not fought for 2 years. I believe it's just over 2 years. I think it was June 2021. He fought Montiel. I was just watching that fight earlier, and Jermall Charlo won most of the rounds. It was a wide unanimous decision, but at the latter stages of the fight, from round 9 to 12, Montiel was coming on. Jermall Charlo was getting hit quite a lot, and he was getting hit unnecessarily, and he got a little tired. And look, you can't afford to do that against Canelo. But we don't know how much is left of Canelo, so I think that is what makes it so intriguing. You know, it's especially if Jermall Charlo approaches this fight with some anger. You know, if he actually trash talks Canelo, it could be a great build up, and I think it will sell. It will be a higher selling pay-per-view. You know, we saw Canelo Plant was quite heated in the build up to the fight, and I think this would be super interesting. You know, Jermall Charlo, there'll be so much intrigue and interest surrounding him because we haven't seen him for over 2 years. We want to see how good he is when he comes back, but at the end of the day, he's undefeated. He's never been stopped. He's looked dominant. He's WBC world champion. At middleweight, he's a 2-time world champion, and there's always been that rivalry there. Charlo's always said that Canelo's ducked him. And I think it's just, look, if Canelo slowed down a bit, and if he's slowed down even more since the John Ryder fight, which probably would make this matchup even more of a 50-50 fight. But guys, let me know what you think of this fight. I think if we have to be harsh critics, it's not the fight we want. We want Canelo Benavidez, but will Canelo ever face Benavidez? Will he vacate after this? Will he just retire after this? For me, I said it the other day, there's 2 things that I think Canelo has left to prove to us. And not necessarily prove, because we know he's a Hall of Famer, he's a great fighter, he's fought everyone. But 2 things left for him to do. One of them is fight Benavidez, and then we can say, look, you know what, retire. You've made it up to the fans. Not made it up, but you've pleased the fans. But I do think he wants to get that cruiserweight title at some stage, just to add to his resume and say that he's a 5-weight world champion. If he does that, I don't think he should drain. He should just drain the opponent, just fight at 200 pounds and then retire. Don't do what Roy Jones did and go back down, because you'll feel the impact of your body. You won't be the same. So that could be a good idea. But look, he's fighting Jermall Charlo, it seems, and look, I think he'll sell. I think it's an interesting matchup, and it is probably the best out of the options he could have other than Benavidez. It is better than the Badou Jack fight. There will be hype around this fight, and it just depends how good Jermall Charlo is. You know, he was on live yesterday talking to Andrade about a fight, saying let's have a fight in September at 165 pounds. So I'm not sure what that is. Is that as a smoke and mirrors? Because reports are saying it's going to be Canelo Charlo next, and I don't think Charlo can afford to get hit as much as he did in the Montiel fight. I think Charlo, he's up against it. 2 years of inactivity. It's hard to beat Canelo on the scorecards unless you literally dominate like Dimitri Bivol did, and still that was close on the scorecards. It'll probably be Canelo's got a great chin. You know, he doesn't get knocked out, so will Charlo's power will he bring his power up to 168? And that's another thing, he hasn't fought at 168 pounds as well, so if it's just everything's stacked against Charlo, you know, it's very difficult for him. Has he fought anyone as powerful as Canelo? Probably not. So for me, you've got to say it's a Canelo win all over this, you know. But more stranger things have happened in boxing, you know. So I'm all in for it. I'm all up for it. Let me know what you think, guys. What would be your prediction? I'd have to go for a Canelo points win because I just don't think he's got that killer instinct anymore to stop opponents, especially the caliber of Jermall Charlo, who hasn't been knocked out before. He's elite. He's a world level fighter, world champion in 2 different weight divisions. So guys, let me know what you think. Canelo Charlo, let's see if it gets confirmed. September. Will it be on, another quick question, would it be on DAZN pay-per-view or would it be Showtime pay-per-view? Because obviously PBC, Showtime, they don't really like letting their fighters go to other broadcasters. Canelo's a free agent, but Canelo's obviously had a great relationship with Eddie Hearn and he's been fighting on DAZN for the last few years. So guys, let's see what happens. Let's see. It's interesting. I'll be back with another video, guys. Please like, share and subscribe. I'm almost on 500 subs. Let's go. Talking numbers on the phone.